Welcome back to Chamber Chat. This is our Chamber Cook segment, and let me tell you, it smells so good in the studio today. We're going to show you some fun, fantastic backyard barbecue recipes. We have Kim and Scott here from the Rustic Ranch, and as you can see on the table, they have brought an amazing amount of things to show us. So Kim, why don't we just jump on in?
Okay, welcome everybody. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm Kim McPherson from the Rustic Ranch. This is Scott Cartoon, our head chef. I just wanted to focus on a couple of things that we do at the Rustic Ranch real quick before going into some 4th of July goodies that are pretty easy and simple that make your table real pretty. But first of all, starting off, we have the Tim Tebow sandwich, which is our newest addition to the Rustic Ranch. It's a grilled chicken sandwich with bacon, provolone, sun-dried tomatoes, and 2 fried green tomatoes. And then you got sweet potato fries, and then we make a homemade caramel apple dipping sauce, which is amazing. And then we've got our fried green tomatoes, which we do fresh every day. Great southern food. Then we've got just a breakfast item. That's our southern omelet with country potatoes, and then pancakes, which we make homemade buttermilk pancakes every day, and we kind of topped them with blueberry and strawberry sauce and whipped cream for the 4th of July party that we're getting ready to have. So moving forward, what I want to do is talk about some quick, easy things that you can do for your 4th of July. I'm going to start off with a watermelon here. Watch yourself there, Miss Barbara. Oh.
Are you telling me you're dangerous with that knife?
I'm probably dangerous. And generally you want to use a cutting board, but since I don't have a cutting board, I'm not going to slice all the way down. I just kind of slice it around. And you want to keep a pretty, even slice. And then you can put that right on ice, which is pretty cool. It'll keep it nice and cold. And then what I did, everybody loves popsicles on the 4th of July. So what I did, and to make an amazing amount of popsicles, you can get little Dixie cups or whatever, get some craft sticks, they're like $2, and you can make 100 million popsicles for the 4th of July if, like you have a big gig going on the 4th of July because you're always into the patriotic stuff. But what I've done here is I just used Kool-Aid, but you can use Powerade, you can use juice. What you do is you start off with the first layer, and you want to get it kind of slushy in the freezer first so that it'll hold up. And it'll hold the stick. So you get the first layer slushy, then you can put your stick in. My white layer didn't come out all that good. I think on some of them it came out a little bit better. But so then you go ahead and you layer it, and then I thought this would just be kind of cool because then it would keep it cold, and if you got a bunch of kids running around, then you can kind of do something like that, which I thought was pretty cool. And they can grab it from there and then eat the watermelon afterwards.
That is so cute, Kim.
Isn't
That
cute?
is fantastic.
Yeah,
I love it.
I like it too. I thought it was really cute.
And then all those great flavors just kind of melt down into that watermelon.
Yeah.
You can eat that too.
And if you're having an adult party, well, if you're doing an adult party, you could always do something a little different in these guys, which would infuse into the watermelon as well. So that's one of our little snacks, and a pretty table topper, which I think looks really good if we didn't have all this other stuff around. And then I made some chocolate covered pretzels, which are totally simple and very inexpensive to make too, and it's a pretty table topper. And all you do is you get the bark chocolate, and you dip it in the chocolate and do your sprinkles and stuff, and that was very simple. Now moving on to another simple idea, we'll even just go with something like this. This is really quick and simple. Take a little sponge food cake, top it, and I always like to use berries instead of chocolate because I'll just sit here and eat the chocolate all day, but berries I'll eat those too at home, but not on TV.
Now that's just whipped cream that you piped into that sponge cake?
Yep, just whipped cream. You could do something as simple as this. Where did I go? These little licorices. And you could do it obviously a little better than I'm doing right now, but something like that is cute.
Very cute.
Also, I kind of thought something like this would be kind of cool.
Oh wow, wonderful.
Yeah, and then you do your, you could do your sponge cake, you could do your whipped cream on the sponge cake. Well, you know what, I'm not going to do that right now because I kind of want Scott to get into the dinner portion. What we're doing at the Rustic Ranch for the 4th of July is we're doing an American meal. We'll be doing all kinds of fresh baked goods, but we're also doing a nice fried chicken. It's a buttermilk fried chicken with green beans, cowboy beans, and homemade potato salad. So I'm going to turn it over to Scott.
All right, this is going to be a homemade potato salad, quick and easy. I got about 6 pounds of potatoes cut up, prepped right here. I'm going to put in my mixing bowl. Potato salad always goes great with summer cookouts, barbecues, picnics. It's just a summertime meal, all American. So I'm going to put in my potatoes. I got about 2 onions right here diced up. I prefer sweet onions. They're better. Some celery, about 1 cup worth. I got green chives or scallions will work. About ½ cup. Adds color and more flavor.
Turn it.
And then I got salt and pepper. Just about a tablespoon of pepper.
This is smelling great already.
Thanks. And a pinch of salt. Not too much. Can always add more salt later. Now I got about a ¼ cup of relish I'm going to put in there. And of course you got to have eggs with your potato salad. Potato salad's not potato salad without eggs. I got about ½ dozen eggs right there chopped up and boiled. Now I'm going to add the mayonnaise. About a cup of mayonnaise.
And then you just mix it all up.
And just a little bit of mustard. I mix it up.
Fantastic.
And
So
then you
there's
put it
your
on your
backyard
plate.
potato salad. Well,
Backyard.
thank you so much for joining us on Chamber Chat today. We've got a lot of great recipes here. You can stop by the Rustic Ranch to learn a little bit more about them or go have a great meal yourself. Thank you to all my wonderful guests.
Thank you for having us.
Happy 4th of July, Citrus County. We'll see you next week.